All right, I am Annalise, and I'm here to do a reading for, it's June, the beginning of June 2016, and this reading is for any of you who will eventually be watching this video. So, just tuning in to your help and your guidance systems now. The angels and helpers and heavenly beings who are assisting you in your divine mission, your soul journey, this lifetime. And you're helping them too. You're helping other people. And that's part of the reason that I think you're drawn to me, because I'm someone who is here to help. And you are too. You're a helper. And as part of that, it's really important to form good boundaries. Natural givers can attract natural takers, as a wise person once told me. And so I just feel like that needed to be said here at the beginning of this reading. Let's get into this. I work with Rune energy, which are ancient symbols that I believe predate the Nordic and Germanic history of runes that most of us could be familiar with if we look up runes online or in many books. It's going to talk about Germanic and Nordic origins, uses in witchcraft, sorcery, but they're symbols, and like a lot of alphabets and symbols, they do have a divine origin and meaning, and I try to tune into that simple, natural, original meaning as much as possible. Like many things, they can get misconstrued and misused over the years, made into occult or religious, which are like two opposites of the same spectrum, tools to control, and not good stuff. But anyway, we come at this with a purity of intention and with the hope that it'll bring some light and peace into your life. So I first wanted to draw a card from a new deck that I just got, which is, sorry, I'm like not finding my camera lens very well here. Sorry about that. It's like backwards. Okay. It's a new-ish deck from Doreen Virtue, and as you can see, it features Jesus, also known as Yeshua, an incarnated divine master. And there's your message: be not afraid, only believe, which is from the book of Mark 5, chapter 5, verse 36. Be not afraid, only believe. And just wanted to talk a little bit about the illustration there. You see, he's with children, and it's often he's kind of picking up this girl who appears to have been left behind, giving her a helping hand up. And it's been on my spiritual journey radar lately to delve into parts of myself that have maybe been left behind, that might have fragmented off from traumatic events in childhood, and Jesus is definitely one master who has great healing power and the potential to help us reunite those fragmented pieces. Those little children, part of ourselves that we've left behind in the chaos and brokenness of earthly life sometimes. He can definitely help reunite those pieces and, integrate them, reintegrate them into our being so that we can be whole. So that's a very important thing, especially if you're of a helping nature and you're going to be helping others. It's important to come at it from a place of wholeness yourself, which I'm working on, I'm still working on, so it's an ongoing journey, but I do think you reach a point where it's accomplished in a way that you can really step into your power. So, next, a sip of tea. And I'd like to get into our runes. And what I've done is mix my tiger eye and my clear quartz runes together. So I actually have 2 sets, and already have some jumping out for us. So okay. Looks like we're just doing a simple past, present, future. So I wanted to focus on where we are now. So the present will look at right now, where you are as you're watching this video, and also for this month, June 2016. And the past is going mostly into the immediate past as it affects your present moments now. And the future is looking to the more immediate future, but could also touch on more of a long-term future outlook. Then there's an overarching rune, and the overarching rune came up on my tiger eye, and this rune is kind of like a closed cycle. It's more of a feminine energy, and I always like to refer to just the general rune meanings as they're given. So I'll read some of those and you can see which of those might resonate for you. But Yura is the name of the rune, and it is a symbol of harvest, sequence, cycle end, outcome. And it symbolizes often a benefit from earned successes, and that change is coming. So definitely cycle and transformation. Transformation is a word that came to me before this reading, just kind of like this reading is going to be a little bit focused on transformation. So if you find you're going through a transformation, new job, maybe you have a new pet in your life, a new friendship blossoming, even new romance, although I don't feel that's a focus right now in June. It's more about where you are. This is like a closed cycle. It's not an outward cycle. So you're doing a lot of inner transformation. And just be okay with that. And give yourself the grace and rest that you need as you go through that process. Give yourself exactly that time to process. That's why they call it a process. So as we look to the past influences, interestingly, we have a blank tiger eye that came up. And the blank wasn't in the traditional rune sets, but I like it. I leave it in there. Means that it is what you make it. So your past is what you made it. And be at peace with that. And speaking of peace, that's our next rune, Isa, which I like to think of as the stillness of water, which is ice. So it's kind of shaped like an icicle. And that came up on the clear quartz. So I think that has to do with our intuition and growing our intuition in a meditative, still way, going within, seeking guidance. So that's upon us in June. It's definitely upon me. This reading might be all for me, but I think, because we are all very connected, more than I or anyone realize, the reading is probably also going to resonate with some of you as well. This is for the present. Sorry for the glare off that beautiful tiger eye. But you're at a crossroads again, transformation, change. This is more of an active. Like two sticks coming together to spark a fire. And two sticks coming together to spark a fire. You're present. You have an opportunity to ignite or reignite the flame within you, your passions. Maybe that involves going to a job that's more aligned with what you're passionate about. Or maybe going down to part-time work so that you can be home more, working on a creative project, or being a mama. So maybe those kinds of things. But definitely you have an opportunity at this time, presently, to rekindle a spark of passion within you. Again, it could extend to romance, but I feel like this month is more focused on you and you becoming independent of romantic partner in your life. The second rune of that fell out, it's interesting because for each past, present, and future, 2 runes came out together. They were like twins. Again, this camera angle is really bugging me, sorry. This is the Berkana. And it's like a lady with a booby on top and a baby on the bottom. See? The booby and the belly. See it? I'll give you an example. Booby, belly. I'm the Berkana right now. So, that's that's what's up with me. But symbolically, the Berkana is a rune of fertility and birth. It's very feminine, one of the most feminine runes of all of them, I think. And so this could represent the importance of connecting with women now, whether you are a male or a female, the importance of connecting in with nurturing women at this time in your life. This could also represent that it's a counselor or a mentor, a healer, a woman who will be there to offer you advice, input, good counsel, and bring that nurturing feminine aspect to you to help you through your transformation, most likely, whatever that transformation is like for you. Those can be stressful events, and it's always good when you're going through a stressful time to have nurturing feminine energy around you to support you. And the next rune we have is, and we're now moving into the future, near future. And it's like two X's kind of coming up and joining together to form a closed circuit. And I'll just read again on that one, I'll read the general meaning to you, just to give you flavor. So that's Ingus, and she, I want to say she, again a very feminine rune, represents inner strength, grounding, bounty, and security. And Ingus brings a sense of calm, serenity, and human warmth. So again, this nurturing woman or counselor in your life, I feel like she's a friend. Again, could be a romantic connection for you, but she's definitely a friend, and I think she's someone who's going to be around for a little while in your life. She's not necessarily a new person in your life. She could be someone you've met relatively recently, but I feel like you've probably met her before this time, but she's coming up again. So, and she'll be here for a little while. Near future. It's the second rune that fell out for near future. Zing, zing, zing. It's like a lightning bolt. Zap. So, let's get to the general meanings of that one. And we're looking at, it was death. If you're familiar with tarot decks, Awas is kind of correlating to the card death, which you may realize without studying tarot or runes or anything that death, like anything, as you can perceive it on a polarity, so it has its good qualities and it has its bad qualities. One of the good qualities, you could say, of death is that it allows new things to grow. Like if you think of, I often think of a field, and if you let it lay fallow, I think they call it, for a season. Then the next time you plant a crop there, it grows really well because there's more nutrients in the soil for it. It hasn't been depleted from constant farming on it and growing things. So it's good to have these periods of death. And death can also symbolize new beginnings, letting something go that needs to go, and new beginnings. So I feel like your transformation that you're going through right now, it will result in a definitive end of one thing. And of course, that allows for a new beginning of something else. So, looking at our lightning bolts, again, as you can see, it's got the one line across the top, you're heading one direction, and then zing, something, you take a total change of direction. That one line just completely ends and a new line begins. And that's it. That's Awas, that's death and rebirth at the same time. So that's your reading for June, and also for whenever you're watching this. This might resonate with you when you're watching it, because that's when you were divinely guided to find this video and watch it. So I wish you all the best in your journey and your growth and your transformation.